Hey guys, how's it going? Thanks for tuning into my video. In this one we are going to cover primitive data types. Really simple stuff, just involves integers, decimals, true or false, which we call Booleans. Not going to do characters in this video, which we call char. I'm not going to do that in this video. I'm just going to do integers, doubles, and booleans, just to keep it short. I realized in my last video I was kind of really taking my time with stuff, and this beginning stuff is very, very trivial, so I don't want to really fixate on it for too long. But I will be making more videos. I'm going to put stuff. I'm going to rewatch the videos, put stuff that I miss in the descriptions. And hopefully that fills in the gaps of whatever I miss in the actual videos. And of course, obviously, you can always comment. I do respond. So yeah, let's just have some fun here with some integers. So first thing we're going to do, we're going to create an integer data type, which is it's just int. Obviously stands for integer. Like I said, I'm going to move really quick here because I want to try and stuff as much information into these videos as possible to get you guys up to speed. So here we go. We have an integer. We'll call it x, and then we'll make an integer called y. Now these integers are not initialized. Sorry, they haven't been initialized. They're only declared. So this statement here, this end statement semicolon that we use, is ending the statement right here and saying, hey, we're declaring an integer called x and an integer called y. But we haven't initialized them to anything. We can initialize them here, but we haven't. Let's just do that. Let's leave them here and initialize them here. So we have x is 5, y is 2. Do a standard system out print x plus y. And don't worry about white space. You don't have to when it comes to doing mathematical operations and stuff, you can or can't use white space. I'll do a video on white space later on to go over this kind of stuff. But for the most part, it really doesn't matter. There's a couple of very specific situations where it does, but you don't have to have this separated like that. You can have it ridiculously separated if you really want to. I wouldn't recommend it, but you can also add as many parentheses as you want. Whatever works for you in that sense. So anyway, so we have here x plus y. X is 5, y is 2, and we'll do an output of x plus y. Obviously, that's going to give us 7, right? So that's going to bring us to our next. Actually, you know what? Let's see what happens when we get rid of. We just have an initialized. A declared integer. See, we have an error. We can't even run it. It doesn't know what x is. It's just saying, hey, you're telling me to add x to y, but you didn't give me x. All I see here is null. When we have something that doesn't have a value, it's null. What's stored in that location is null. You'll probably see. You'll see if you run your program a bunch of times, you might see null pointer exception, or you might just print something and it's got nothing in it but null, and it'll just print the word null, N-U-L-L. So that's what's there right now. So we need to initialize that. So that's integers. They're very, very simple. But let's see what happens if we do, so for example, there's one thing you need to watch. There's a couple things you need to watch out for, but here's one of them. Let's say we divide x by 2, right? Oops, I'm sorry. Right, so we have 5 divided by 2. What's that going to give us? 2.5, right? Nope, gives us 2. Because we're using integers, and it can only give us a whole number because it's an integer. So when it sees 5 divided by 2, it's not going to give us that 0.5. It's just going to say, well, I can only fit 2 2's in 5, so here. 2. I can't do anything else with it. So that's how that works. What you would have to do is use a double or a float, but we really don't use floats. I was going to go over them, but it's just use doubles. They're much more accurate. use doubles, don't use floats. So let's say we have double x equals 5, double y equals 2, right? And we'll do x divided by y. Oh boy, 2.5. There we go. Okay. So that's just how doubles work. So like, let's say we had like, I don't know. The thing about doubles and versus floats is floats I think can hold up to like, I think it's like 15 decimals. Whereas a double can hold like, I think it's like 36 or something. It's some really big number. But you definitely want doubles. It's much more accurate. And we're always going with accuracy no matter what we do. So yeah, so that's that. We have 2.5 out of that. And again, play around with these. Don't just, don't take my little example as the be all end all of how to use these things. There is, you can explore this in any way you want. By the way, to comment this out like I did here, the way to do that is you just highlight what you want to comment, hold down the control key, I guess on Mac it's command or whatever, and then hit the slash button, the /, and you can comment and uncomment stuff like that too. Just a little handy shortcut. So, alright, so let's get into Booleans. Booleans are even easier. These are just true and false. They can have one of two values. They're completely binary. It either has a true or a false. So let's just have a Boolean called bool, right? Now what we need to do with Booleans is have something called a conditional statement, an if statement, if else really. And I'm going to get into another video of that. I'll go over all of those things in detail, the if else statements, and then we'll do another video on for loops and stuff. But I do want to show you Booleans and give like a little preface to the if statements so that you kind of have like an idea of what you're going to be dealing with when you get into it. So here we have a Boolean declared, just called bool, right? So let's create another int called x and set it equal to 4. And we'll create another int called y and set it equal to, I don't know, 7, right? Okay. Now, this Boolean, remember, it's not initialized. It's only declared, so it has no value right now. I don't believe Java has a default value for Booleans. Like, I don't think it's false or true or anything. I think I'm 99.9% sure it's null. But yeah, so what we need to do, because this is going to tell you whether or not something is true or false, it needs a condition. So what we do with this is, and just bear with me for this right now. Don't worry about, don't memorize it or anything. Don't think too deep into it. We'll cover this in another video. So what I'm about to do right now is a little ahead of where we're at, but at least it's a little preface to what's to come. So we would type if, open and close parentheses, open and close curly braces, and in the if statement, we're just going to use this as an example to test out this Boolean. We're going to say if x plus y double equals, because, okay, so single equals is assigning something. Like we're assigning x to 4 here with one equal sign. That's how it knows the difference between assigning something to a value and checking to see if something is equal to another value. This is called a comparative equal sign. This is called an assignment equal sign. So right here we're checking to see if x plus y double equals 11, right? Bool equals true. Right? Now you think, okay, so now it's saying true, and let's print out bool. Uh-oh, can't do it. Why? Why can't we do it? Well, look at this. How is this statement ever going to know that this is definitely going to be true? It may not be true. It may never be true. This statement has no way of knowing that. So it says, okay, well, I see you're telling me to print bool, but all I see in bool is null. You haven't told me to do anything with it. I mean, there's something here that says maybe it'll be true if some condition is met, but I don't know. What if that's not the case? What if these values get changed? You know, how am I going to know what to do else there's, else it doesn't meet the conditions? So what we do in that case is we use the else keyword. So if this condition does not evaluate to true, we need another case saying else bool equals false. That's it. Now we can print bool. So now, watch, we'll print this, right? True. X plus y is 11. That's true, right? So now we can change these values, and the bool will change based on the values. False. See? 5 plus 7 is not 11. And I'm gonna get into more of these if statements, like I said. Generally, we have a space here. That's just standard. Yeah, I'm going to get into these if-else statements. We're going to cover these quite a bit. These are extremely common. You're going to see them everywhere in your code. But I just wanted to give you a little, just a little taste of what's in store with these. And I'm just deleting that because you can do that when there's one statement. So don't, you know what? Ignore that I just did that. Ignore that. I did not do that. So yeah. The next video I'm going to cover will probably be an intro to classes, I think. But for now, this pretty much covers everything for this video, I think, yeah. So thanks for tuning in, guys, and I'll see you in the next video. And hit that like button if, if you liked the video and if it really helped you.